have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Congratulations! You have found WrestleShoot, hosted by the Wild Thing Rob Wilds and the ladies' man Chris Casanova. Combined, we have 40 years of wrestling experience, and we're here to share those experiences, stories, and knowledge with you over the podcast airwaves. We'll be joined by friends of ours from time to time to share their stories and experiences with you as well. So climb aboard the crazy train we call WrestleShoot. We know how to do it, and we do it real well.
Damn it.
Does not get old.
Every time I hear that song, it makes the juice hit my balls. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of WrestleShoot. I'm your host, the Wild Thing, Rob Wilds, joined, of course, by the lovely and talented, the ever-popular, the ladies' man, my hedgerow life mate, Chris Casanova.
And we are joined by Creepy Jimmy.
Creepy Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy. Hi, G. Jesus Christ. So here we are, baby. Now, listen, we've been getting a lot of shit because last week we were more focused on opening the show with talking about Chris's abduction than the death of Billy Graham.
Wow, yeah.
So we are going to take that moment right now, and I'm thinking we should have a look back show, man, on all the guys we've lost over the last couple of years, like just a really spotlight them again.
Yeah. Billy Graham, man, that's not a surprise there, man. He had all kinds of tons of health issues over the years. I really didn't know too much about him. Really, I knew about his later career, but I didn't really watch his early stuff. Like when he came back.
That's because you're an idiot.
Oh, well, okay. Well, maybe that too. But go fuck yourself, Rob. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, he had a great career, man. He was world champion. I mean, back in the 70s. I think he defeated Bruno Sammartino. But yeah, heavy. And I didn't know this. He actually was Arnold Schwarzenegger's training partner back in the day, back in the 70s. I did not know that, but so yeah, Billy Graham passed away. Legend, kind of controversial too as well.
You think? Yeah,
quite a bit. But
Billy never have anything nice to say about anybody, Graham.
No, yeah, hey, that flows.
Yeah.
But
at least Honky Tonk Man, he bashes everybody, but he does it to where it's funny. Billy was just kind of mean about it, I felt. But he's still the goddamn superstar, Billy Graham, and he deserves that show of respect. And I think, unfortunately, we lost the 10-bell salute that we had uploaded on here, so we're not going to be able to do it today. But we'll get to it.
Yeah. R.I.P. Billy Graham.
So we got somebody cool here hanging out with us, coming on the show right now. Now, you know how much I love second and third generation wrestlers, right? That's kind of my thing. I always get a real kick out of them guys.
But who doesn't?
So, we're producing one of those for you. Use out there in internet lands with Jimmy, mute your fucking microphone. Jesus.
Shut your mouth.
The feedback that comes back from you is so aggravating. I'm going to flick you off the show like a gnat.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
What? Anyway, let's get to it. We have today the son of the legend, WWF, WCW Star, We know him as Brian Adams. You know him as Crush, and his son is Royce Adams. Brother, what's going on?
Welcome.
It's going good, man. Thank you for having me here, man.
Yeah, it's fun. I ran into this guy at the Legends luncheon. And I was like,
really?
you have got to come on the show. I mean, that's just kind of how I see it. And
Yeah.
I'm sure Satranik approached you and was like, hey, go talk to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember seeing you at the luncheon too and stuff. You know, it's great. It was a great time. You know, I always love going to those luncheons. Honestly, you know, like always nice to meet a lot of the old school wrestlers and stuff, like Haku, for example.
Yeah.
Other people know him as Mank, but I always call him Haku. Let's see who else is there. Oh man, he's the host. I keep forgetting his name. Brian Blair, right?
Yeah, Brian.
Oh,
Brian Blair.
I think every time I see him,
Brian
he's
is
always.
just one of the nicest people in the business. It's just amazing what a nice, caring human being he is. We're really going to have to get him on here too.
That would be pretty cool. I mean, I talk to him quite a bit whenever I see him, but it's always nice seeing him though. He's like that he always gives off that kind uncle vibe. You know what I'm talking about? That old wisdom and all that.
Absolutely, as opposed to like Jimmy Castle, who puts off the creepy uncle vibe. You know, Brian puts off the good uncle vibe.
Yeah, right there, man. Jimmy, God, I'm getting creeped out, man.
Yeah, you may want to work on that. That you know that stare. That's like horror flicks right there, man. You know.
Well, that's his gimmick, though. He's a creepy son of a bitch. We had, I believe it wasn't Preston Steele. I don't remember who it was, but we were broadcasting, and this son of a bitch decides to jump into the show.
Carnage.
And came up right from the shower.
Was it Carnage?
Huh?
Was it Carnage?
Oh, Carnage. Yeah, Carnage Perez. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
So
Carnage?
This guy's a creepy fuck.
Who's Carnage?
Carnage Perez. He's a dude who works out of Atlanta. Yeah.
What about the time when I cammed up from the toilet?
Yeah. There's that.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for classing up the joint, prick. Why don't you stop talking for a while? Maybe sit the next couple plays out. You know what I mean?
Hey, you shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Yeah, you already used that one. So anyway, let's discuss.
Hey, put yourself on mute when you're yapping.
Yeah. Let's fucking. God damn it, Jimmy. You know what? Get the fuck out of here. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Son of a bitch. So let's talk about the wrestling business from a unique perspective, like you have. I mean, you know, with coming from Crush, coming from just that bloodline, that natural talent's already there. Now, do you find that works like for you, against you, neither?
With the whole me being a son of a wrestler kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it works in my favor because a lot of people when they see me, especially old timers, they see me and they see a reflection of a guy they once knew. Like,
yeah.
For example, I remember meeting what's his name, Brian Knobs, and funny thing was, I go up to him, never met him before, at least I don't remember meeting him, and he looks at me, he goes, "Hey kid, hey, wow, nice meeting you. You look so familiar somehow. Do I know you from somewhere?" And I go, "Probably not, but you do know who my dad was." And he goes, "Who's your dad?" And I was like, "Brian Adams." He goes, "No way, kid. That's awesome." You know, goes on a whole tirade and a whole rant about how, you know, some of the funny stories that involved my dad, like including one particular incident that may have happened at a golf course where he may have gotten a little hurt, let's just say. And there's a lot more details to it, but I don't feel like it's my place to talk about that one without his permission. So, but yeah, he was like, so
I
happy.
disagree.
What's that? Oh,
I disagree. That's your fucking dad. You can tell whatever stories you want, and nobody can even question you on it.
all right. Well, I mean, I don't know too many details about it. I just know it happened. It was a golfing trip. Apparently, it was my dad, Knobs, and I forgot who the other people were. But at some point, Knobs was he was just being knobs, right? He was just being a
Yeah.
loudmouth and stuff. And I mean, I have respect for him, I do, but apparently these guys didn't and stuff. And at one point, he made my dad so mad. My dad may have accidentally knocked him out with either his own fist or with a golf ball. Who knows?
Oh, damn.
Whoops! I tripped and fell and accidentally punched you right in your monkey face.
It was he knocked him out too. Apparently, he knocked him out, and my dad apparently goes, "Oh god damn, I'm going to jail." All right. He was so scared he was going to go to prison for that, but thankfully he didn't. And I think Knobs came to. He was like, "Oh god, what the hell happened? Oh god," not sure what just happened. He just got hit by what felt like a truck, and that's about it. That's the end of that story. And I'm sure there's more details to it, but that's all I can remember from what I was told.
I think that both Knobs and Sags, if you take their combined confrontations they've had with wrestler, I think they've lost just about the most of it. I mean, I love the Nasty Boys, but they're not a couple of tough fucking guys and never were.
I think they're more bark than bite.
They're all bark, yeah. Then they call lawyers and they start suing the boys, and then that backfires on them. And, it's a mess. It's a mess.
So what was your favorite match?
My favorite match? Honestly, man, there's so many different matches I've seen that it's really, I honestly can't tell you which is my favorite match of them all, but I do remember some matches that come to mind. Like first one that comes to mind was my dad versus Doink the Clown at WrestleMania 9.
Sure, it's a good one.
It is pretty good, especially
with
compared
the fake
to
arm, brother.
What's that?
The fake arm, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one match kind of sticks out to me the most, and good thing too, because as far as I remember, Mania 9 was it was definitely an interesting one to say the least. But yeah, so there's that, and there's a few Undertaker matches too, like Taker versus Shawn Michaels. Forgot which WrestleMania it was. It's like either 25 or 26. It was one of those ones, but yeah, I like watching his work too. Oh, and Eddie Guerrero. I was a huge fan of Eddie Guerrero when I was a kid.
Well, you and the Butcher got that in common. He's been chiming in with us today.
Mm-hmm.
We're both big fans of Chronic, man. That incarnation that he did with Lee was just, it meshed so much better than he ever meshed with Demolition.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Yeah. He was good in Demolition, but yeah, it meshed way better. I thought
he was the new guy. He was meant to replace Axe, and it was not destined to work. You could have put Hogan in Crush's boots, and it wouldn't have worked making Hogan a third member of Demolition. It was destined to fail, but they had to try.
I'm a big Hogan fan and a big Rock fan.
Yeah, those guys are pretty good too. I like Hulk Hogan because of his character, the way he carried himself. Yeah, he always stuck out to me the most. Now that I think about it, like I remember watching him when I was a kid and stuff, and yeah, he definitely was quite a show. The Rock, I'll be honest, I wasn't really that big of The Rock when I was a kid. He didn't really stand out to me that much as a kid. Like I don't know what it was. I think he just looked like some arrogant snob to me. He just looked like a prick, and I'm just probably saying this from a kid's perspective. I just wasn't a big fan of The Rock. He just looked like a bouncer, really. Is what he looked like at the time. Nowadays, I like him.
I came up not being a very huge Hogan fan. I fucking love Hulk's work now that I've seen his layers of his talent. But when I was a kid, I thought Hogan was the most overrated schmuck I'd ever seen. Fuck you, Butcher. Do not badmouth the Hulkster in this temple. Don't you do it, motherfucker. Love you, Butcher.
Yeah.
So where were you trained at?
Oh, let's see. I trained at a few different places. The first place I trained at, and they're all like around here in Tampa, mind you.
Okay.
The first place I trained at was this one that was run by a referee named Frankie Reyes. You ever heard of him?
Sounds familiar. Yeah, we might have.
I haven't.
Yeah, he's his old time referee who I guess when I was trying to reach out, so my stepdad figure, Buck Quartermain, I told him that I was interested in wrestling, and he was going to look into it, and found this place run by a referee, and that's how I first started doing some training there. Didn't do much, just took a few bumps and stuff, a few moves, and then eventually the place closed down, and so I had to look elsewhere for training. And then that's how I got started, training with Jay Lethal. And yeah, that's actually where I get a lot of most of my stuff from, was from Lethal. He was actually one of my favorite teachers of all the guys I trained me. He was very patient with me. He taught me what comes next after this, and yeah, he was I can see why a lot of people like training with him. He was just a really good guy to train with.
And the thing is, that guy needs to get some kind of a next level push on a bigger program. He is the most underutilized, talented guy in recent memory. He's fantastic, and he doesn't get that push that he should.
I feel like I do see what you're saying there. I mean, I do remember last year. Was it last year he was in that tag match involving him?
Flair.
Yeah, the tag match between him, Flair, Andrade, and Jarrett, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that tag match being advertised everywhere, even on like other social media networks. I'm like, wow, they were serious about this.
It was heartbreaking. That match was garbage. I mean, fuck, dude. Flair is not the 60-minute man no more. He's not even the 60-second man. He was gassed after 2 minutes when that bell rang. He spent half the match laying on the apron.
Yeah.
Embarrassing. Why would he do that?
I did hear he got knocked out a few times in that round. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of respect for the old school wrestlers. I really do. But at the same time, I feel like you really shouldn't be tarnishing your memory just because you say you feel like you can still work. Like I get it. You the way I see it, it's like ego, It's almost like you're just not able to give up, and that's usually what comes from it. It's like you get a whole bunch of old guys to go in the ring, they do a couple of moves, and then after that they fall down and they collapse, and it's heartbreaking, I'm like, bro.
Hey, Chris, I think he's talking about us.
Did I say I was talking about you guys? No.
No, but I can read between the lines, goddammit. That's very rude.
Well, question. Can you still stand?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Take the beating.
He's barely standing.
And the cool thing we're going to do with this Conquistadors gimmick is we're not going to be going out there trying to ever go over. We always want to put the guys that we're working over, just like the Conquistadors were meant to do. So put us in with your young, hot tag team. Maybe they'll learn something, but they'll certainly have a good fucking match, and we'll make them look like $1 million. And then they get to go on the rest of their careers saying, oh, yeah, we beat the Conquistadors.
Mm-hmm. It's knowing your place, man.
Yeah. And that's what all the dudes from our generation and lower should be doing. There's no fucking reason that a 21-year-old kid should ever lay down for the honky tonk man. Never. That should not happen. Honky should be happy to pay it forward. Just like the old guys did for him when he was a youngin', he should be doing for the youngins now. But he don't. He doesn't even like bumping for him. And it's upsetting when you see these legends, these big superstars who straight up say, I'm not going to job out.
Rob's going on a tangent, so let's redirect this conversation.
What, that wasn't on topic?
Not really, a little bit. He kind of went off. So Royce, tell me a little bit what you got coming up. Anything recently? Anything coming up?
Well, to be honest with you, for a while I've just been focusing on working my shoot job, just staying working on my backup plan really. But but lately though, because like I said, the last time I worked was back in November. I've just been like, you know what, I really have to get back in the ring. Otherwise, I may as well go through with a whole backup plan without even pursuing my career. So I've been getting back into training. I'm gonna reach out to some guys soon to get back on some shows and get some recognition. You know, I'm just getting back into ring shape really, and then get back into my my normal routine so I could go back to doing what I love doing the most.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
And you've gone about this a whole lot smarter than dudes like me went about it. I just fucking threw my dick on the table. I was all in, no backup plan, no nothing. I'm going to TV, baby. Whoops.
That sounds like a real gamble you got there going, Mr. Wilds. You sure that's a good idea? Just throwing it out there.
Where were you 30 years ago?
30 years, man. I wasn't even born at that time, man.
Hey, fuck you.
I'm 27. Jesus.
This fucking guy. But no, we had great times with big names. We've wrestled with big names. We've even had some giant names who laid down for us.
Really?
So,
guys like who?
We Snuka, Tonga Kid, Honky Tonk.
Damn.
Well, it's respectful for when you're bringing somebody into the industry to give them a little bit of a recognition or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, a good legend will try to make the guy they're working look good, but they also aren't going to take any risks and risk their bodies. They're just past all that. And I get that.
That's what I was trying to say. Exactly.
Yeah.
But you can go out there and when you're like Honky Tonk Man or Snuka or Tonga or Crush, you could go out there and get away with working an arm through the whole match. You can do that. You know how that works. You get in with the guy who also understands psychology, and it can be magic. But these old guys don't even seem to want to do that anymore. They want to do these 6-minute squash matches.
Mm-hmm.
And like then you're leaving the territory.
It doesn't make sense.
Just squashed is staying. So what's your problem? Make the kid look good in his own house.
Yeah.
The way I see it, I believe in the whole process of passing the torch. Like I mean, I get it. You want to protect your character and stuff, and that's important. It's very important, in fact. But at the same time, eventually, the torch you're carrying is going to wither out, and pretty soon, by the time you pass it, it's not going to be much of a torch to pass in the first. It's like it's like a broken down. It's like, what are you passing on anyway? The fact that I'm too old to now work and stuff, and you're going to have to take care of this for me. Well, I mean, that's kind of true, but at the same time, it's like Ric Flair, for example. I remember when he should have stayed retired after that Michaels match he had back in 2008, that Mania match. I really like that match. It's actually one of my personal favorites. Real classic style match too. And I feel like he should have stopped after that too. But I mean, I understand the reason why he had to get back into it, but still, though, it's like pass it while you can still work, not like when you're beyond repair. That's what I would say.
Yeah. It's kind of embarrassing.
The thing is, like these legends, whenever I bring these arguments to them, they go, "Look, man, it's all about the money and the miles, right? So if I start jobbing out, I'm gonna make less money." That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. If I'm a promoter and I know that you're laying down to make our local talent look good, I'll pay you more.
The way I see it, money. I'm sorry, my screen keeps going off. I guess my screen turns off. Anyways, the way I see it, money is only temporary. Legacies last forever. That's how I see it too.
Sure.
Yeah, but you can't eat legacy. So I get where they're coming for the money and the miles, but my only point is you're gonna make more money if you're putting the young guys over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what was your hardest match that you were involved in?
My hardest match? Honestly, all the matches I did were pretty decent. Like nothing, no match I ever did, stands out as the hardest. I really have to think about this one. I guess if I had to say was the hardest match, not in terms of like who I was working with, but like under conditions, it would be this one time in Jamaica. I was working a kid, a 14-year-old kid named Kentish.
Whoa.
He's a good kid, great kid actually. Uh, probably a little too young to work at the time because he was 14, but I'm not the guy that's gonna tell you no. So I worked him, and the ring that we were working in, it was the worst ring ever. Like you would hit the ropes, the whole ring would just sway. It's like,
Oh yeah, one of those. Yeah.
Oof.
hell yeah, yeah. It's like the ring would sway. You had to climb up there on a stepping stool instead of like a traditional stairs and stuff. I had to literally climb backwards just to get to the floor. Uh, and on top of that, the ring itself was stiff too and fragile. I remember we had two of our heaviest guys working the ring, and they literally created a hole in the ring. Like
Damn.
one guy was laying down, another guy just does like a body slam or whatever, and on the video you can see the guy sink in a little too. I'm like, what the hell is this crap? It was like,
Was it a boxing ring?
no, it wasn't a boxing ring. It was just.
We know all about that shit too. Wrestling in a boxing ring. What the fuck?
I don't think it was a boxing ring, but it was definitely a low, like either a really worn out wrestling ring or just something that they came up with on the fly because it was the shittiest ring I ever worked in my entire life.
Damn.
Yeah, no, we've done the wooden floor rings. We know that's
Yeah.
like that one promoter. And I was like, dude, why would you put up a boxing ring with how stiff of a bump it is? Oh, well, I put extra padding down. We'll put extra padding on the fucking cement. I don't want to bump on that either.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I took a suplex on a hard floor once or twice, so I know how that feels, but still.
I used to love suplexing this guy onto a hardwood. Bink! Or onto the asphalt. Bink! Yeah.
So I've spent a lot of my time building stages and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've worked on quite a few rings. And I've noticed some of those rings aren't built correctly or stable.
Mm-hmm.
They're built to have issues or whatever. I don't know what the deal is. But I've seen a lot of crappy built rings and stuff like that. I've seen a couple of shitty MMA rings too that weren't very sturdy.
MMA rings? Like
Yeah.
How bad
Boxing
were they?
rings.
Oh, boxing. Okay.
I do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way I see it, all rings they ought to be good. They ought to stay good. But over time, when you have like a lot of matches in them, they're gonna wear and tear. Like especially when how many matches you have at a time. That's like they're just gonna start falling apart on you eventually. It's all about how you maintain those things, really.
You
Because
have
you
to
could have
immaculately maintain a ring or it's a goner in the first year.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because apart from the ring I worked in Jamaica, there were a couple of the rings I worked in that were less than stellar. And like I remember one ring I worked in, it was like the padding was all messed up. It's like how like in the ring it's supposed to be perfectly flat. The one ring I worked in like last year was lumpy. Like
working on a mattress. A blown knee waiting to happen.
Worse than that, yeah, a mattress with springs in it that's like sticking out and stuff. It's like freaking my foot can sink in one portion and then my other foot can like trip on another part of it.
Yeah.
And we take a bump on it too. It's like you land on like a soft rock, land on it right here. I'm like, God, my back, like pulling out a muscle or two right there. I'm like, Jesus Christ, hernia.
And we were just almost obsessed, me, of course, with maintaining our ring. Every week we had our students take that fucking ring apart. We were making sure it was clean. We were sanding off any rust spots. We were making sure the welds were strong. I mean, that ring was expensive. So We care.
Yeah, I think my favorite ring was the one that the Lethal Academy used when we took it down from practice and take it to the shows. That's one of my most favorite rings to work in, and it's a good thing too because I would, of course, because I'm one of the students, I helped to set it up along with the others. But apart from that, though, it had like the good padding and stuff, and good ropes and stuff. We know exactly how to. Everyone knew how to set the ring properly. We had guidance to help us within. Like all in all, it was good helping out to set up a good ring, and yeah.
I always love the mark out promoters who hire their buddies to come put up the ring, and they always tighten the ropes up so fucked up that the top rope is like running into a parking lot cable. And the rest of them are loose, and all four corners are bowed in because the top one is so tight. Well, that's the important one, right? No, stupid. The middle one's the important one. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I feel like at least the top and the middle ropes are the most important. The bottom ropes. I'm not too finicky about the bottom ropes. Unless you're like one of the smaller workers, I guess. But yeah, but definitely the middle and top ropes for sure. They have to be like tight, but not too tight. I won't be able to like lean on the rope so I can get enough spring to run back and stuff. So yeah.
But the bottom rope needs to be the middle rope needs to be the tightest. It's got to take that ass spring to really take the majority of the weight.
Yes.
But yeah, the top rope, if it's too loose, you're going to dump right over the top of it. Or it's going to fucking snap.
I've seen videos of that too, actually. Guys,
thank God that DeMarco beat into my head. Grab that top rope, son. Grab it tight. If it breaks, you want to be holding on. And he wasn't wrong.
I think one time when I was practicing in a ring, the top rope was so loose, I was like hanging on the back. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, God. How to like use the bottom rope, my foot to get on the bottom. I was like, almost fell back and do like one of those Undertaker ring exits,
Right.
Bust my ass on practice day, man. I'm like, my God.
And see, people who have a ring like that, at least back in our day, they were taking their own lives in their own hands because you had plenty of wrestlers who will lose their mind on a promoter for putting them in a subpar ring. Nowadays, the guys seem to be, generally speaking, not softer, more agreeable to just status quo and going with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
And they shouldn't be. God damn it, we're professional wrestlers. We're supposed to challenge the norm. We're supposed to make you question things. We're entertainers. We're movie stars.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much what comes down to it, we're just guys that get in the ring to entertain a crowd of bloodthirsty fellers that want nothing more than see us get hurt, so yeah.
Yep. Telling a story.
And I can relate. There's nothing more that I would love in this world other than to see Jimmy get hurt. That would be great.
Yeah, get hurt, crippled, maimed, and all that.
Yeah. I like where your head's at. Yeah. Let's do all that to Jimmy.
Hopefully, by the time that happens, I won't be standing witness to this and go on trial for it. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to switch him with us.
No. I'm just gonna stand on the side and just pray to God that the horrible things I'm hearing are as bad as they seem. Just cover my ears too on that.
Oh, it sounds like
earmuffs. There you go.
It sounds like when the boys step back into the showers and the rest of them got to hear it. Like, oh God, oh, this isn't going to end well.
Yeah. Oh no.
Well,
dude.
I mean, we got to. Oh fuck, Jimmy.
I gotta put my hand up, man. I can't look at that.
Here, I'll help you out.
There you go. All right. So
he's gonna put himself back on any second, but we got about 10 minutes left, so let's promote some shit. God damn it!
Why don't everybody's gimmick first?
Yeah. What is your gimmick? Let's break it down. What do you do?
My gimmick? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Jimmy Castle's gimmick or whatever.
No, his gimmick's Creepy Jimmy.
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking about my stuff, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I was just when I first started, I was gonna go as like a homage of my dad's style and name and stuff. I initially went on as the Kona Clutch Royce Adams, but nowadays if I were to get in the ring, I just call myself either Royce Clutch Adams or just Clutch because thing is, it is true.
I like it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's solid.
Thank you. The reason I say Kona Clutch too is because I am indeed from Kona, Hawaii. I was born there, same as my dad, and so I'm not lying when I say I'm from Kona. Thing is, though, I wasn't really raised there. Me and my folks moved here when I was still just a kid, but yeah, and Clutch because it's kind of like Crush, but different. Like different words and stuff. But nowadays, I'm actually like in the middle of reaching out to someone to make myself some new gear. I wear my dad's old wrestling gears, just so you know. The red and black singlets that you see me wear in the ring, those are actually
Oh,
used to be my dad's, believe it or not.
sweet.
That's
Yep,
awesome, man.
I
Okay,
know.
I got a gimmick ID for you. We'll call you uh Kona crushed flavored ice treats. Huh?
Yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna go well with marketing right there. Sorry.
I usually have good ideas.
Not all ideas, work out properly. Like
Jimmy, shut up.
His good ideas are the ones he keeps to himself.
probably, yeah.
Hey, screw you. I brought you one, you little motherfucker. And fuck you, Jimmy. And Chris, you're cool.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. So you ready
That's
to
not
dance?
what he was saying about you in DMs.
Oh, the DMs. Oh, that's a different story, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, whatever. Jimmy, you're an idiot.
my
Oh, you
the,
talking
my
about the getting Chris drunk and arranging for him to rape you in your RV? He knows. I already told him about it.
wait, what? What was it
Nothing.
about Chris Rock?
What? Nothing.
Oh my god. What the hell have I got myself into,
You
man?
Yeah,
think
you're
I'm
not ready
creepy?
for this. But you're
So,
hanging in like a champ. We
all
got
right.
guys
So
who can handle it and leave.
your gimmick. You got anything to push? You want to push anything for you?
Nothing really. I just so far I'm just just slowly getting back into the ring and stuff. Reaching out to a guy or two about getting some new gear made. I've already talked to a couple of people. Just as much as I like to wear my dad's old gear, I feel like it's better to try and make wear something of my own kind. Like my own style and stuff. I mean, I still pay homage to him, by calling myself Clutch and all that, but it's probably best I create some independence, So
Sure.
that's what I'm promoting. Me getting myself some new ring gear.
Nice. Nice.
Absolutely. If you dress and act like somebody else, then you're not you.
Exactly. That's what I think too.
Love it.
Shut up, Jimmy.
All right, so that's about it. Just me getting back into it and
Nice.
slowly but surely, and hopefully within a month or two, you'll see me on YouTube and Facebook, whooping
Okay.
ass and slamming bodies again, just like I used to.
Now,
Nice.
how can they find you on Facebook?
Or social media, or Instagram,
Yeah.
or
Oh, right. Just look up Royce Adams on Facebook and on Instagram, and just keep in mind I wasn't creative when I was coming up with my own names. I just Royce.Adams on Instagram. That's it. I was like not really in the mood of creating a fancy name or account. I was just sticking with basics. So yeah, just Royce Adams on Facebook or Royce.Adams on Instagram, and that's it. Yep.
Nice, nice. All right, fuck yeah. You got any? You don't have any upcoming bookings?
Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
You don't have any upcoming bookings?
No, not right now. No, no, I still have to reach out to some guys about that one. Yeah, it's yeah, I just need to get some stuff taken care of first, and then I'll reach out to some guys. I know a few people like the guys that run Tampa Bay Pro, like basically the school that I was a part of. I'll reach out to them first and see if I can get myself back on there and then go from there.
All right.
Cool, awesome, man. We'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, you have to come on back on when we do our next Wrestlers Roundtable show. We
Yeah,
have
definitely.
a bunch of wrestlers. No Jimmies are invited ever for any reason.
Yeah.
What did I tell you? Mute yourself when you're talking to me.
Well, as long as he doesn't scare the crowd out of the arena, I'm sure he'll do just fine. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, man, I really dig you coming on today. You were a lot of fun. You rode with the punches pretty well through our lunacy. Anybody want to get anything out before we go ahead and take it on home? Anybody?
No, I'm good, man.
Just want to say thanks for coming to the show.
Yep.
Thank you for
So
having
you're
me.
back on, right? We didn't come off wrong. You're going to come see us again? Oh.
Honestly, anyone else out there wants to have me on their show and stuff, you know, like their talk shows or podcasts, I'm happy, man. Just reach out to me through Facebook or on Messenger and just tell me about it, and I'll be like, yeah, sure, why not? You know, I'm all cool with that.
That's right. I mean, they say that all press is good press and there is no bad press, but coming on here is bad press.
Yeah.
I'm young. I can live with it.
We're
The
crazy.
cool thing is that we got a lot of viewers.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of viewers in here, but on Facebook we have a lot of viewers that are viewing this video.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't see like a number on how many people are seeing this right now, but I'm sure that's like well around the tens, you know.
With the dozens? No, you mean couples. Okay.
Yeah.
With the couples
That's being nice.
couples of WrestleShoot fans. Oh, God damn it, we're funny. Love you, mean it. Bye.